Pokemon Snap was first released in Japan on March 21st, 1999. It was co-developed by HAL Laboratory and Pax Softnica and was published by Nintendo for the Nintendo 64. It was then released later on in the year in North America on June 30th, 1999. Pokemon Snap is the second Pokemon game to be released on a console and is commonly considered to be a spin-off title. The game unfortunately hasn't received a sequel, but fans of the game like myself still have hope. Pokemon Snap is truly a Nintendo 64 classic. Wow, this game really takes me back to my younger years. Who wouldn't love taking pictures of Pokemon in a 3D environment? I remember when the game was first released, Blockbuster would have a little station where you could bring your own copy of Pokemon Snap and print the pictures that you took in the game. I also remember there being an episode of the Pokemon anime where the main character from this game, Todd, made an appearance. I'd have to say Pokemon Snap and Pokemon Stadium would have to be my favorite Pokemon games released on a console, and Pokemon Blue and Pokemon Leaf Green would be my favorite handheld Pokemon games. I really hope one day Nintendo will give us a Pokemon Snap 2, but for now, let's talk about Pokemon Snap's plot. Pokemon Snap's plot takes place on Pokemon Island, where we follow a young photographer named Todd Snap. Todd is asked by Pokemon researcher Professor Oak to help him with his research report by taking quality pictures of all 63 available Pokemon. Todd uses the 01, an all-terrain vehicle designed by Professor Oak to travel throughout Pokemon Island. Once Todd snaps pictures of the available 63 species of Pokemon and finds the 6 hidden Pokemon signs, he heads off to find and encounter the rare legendary Pokemon Mew. Once Todd successfully snaps a picture of Mew, he returns it to Professor Oak, completing the Pokemon research report. Oak congratulates Todd, and the player has now completed the game. To be honest, there isn't much to this game's plot at all, but I really think the gameplay is what makes this game fun. Seeing Pokemon in a fully 3D environment wasn't a common thing back when this game was released, so I think that was one of the main things that appealed to me as a kid. But now, let's jump into Pokemon Snap's gameplay. Pokemon Snap's gameplay is much different than your common Pokemon game. Rather than catching and training Pokemon, the goal is to explore Pokemon Island's 6 stages and take pictures of its wild Pokemon and hidden signs. When starting the game, the player has access to one stage, and to unlock more, the player must grow his collection of pictures or find hidden paths or switches. When exploring stages, travel is restricted to linear paths, where the player will encounter and interact with different Pokemon, trying to get the best pictures possible. You can also unlock items, which can be used to get different reactions out of Pokemon, like apples or Pester Balls, used to attract or stun Pokemon, or the Pokemon Flute to wake up sleeping Pokemon. Once the player reaches the end of a stage, he does a camera check, where he chooses what pictures to show to Professor Oak. Then, the professor rates each picture based on its quality. You're then given points for each picture, which is added to your own overall score. When the player finally snaps a picture of each 63 Pokemon and 6 signs and finds Mew, Professor Oak's Pokemon report is completed, and you have beaten the game. This game's gameplay offered something different for the Pokemon series, and in my opinion, it's quite underrated. It still offers a great playing experience today, and to me, that says something. Now, let's discuss my thoughts and impressions of this classic video game. Honestly, I got lost while recording footage for this game. I forgot how much fun it was and ended up starting a new game and beat it for the second time in only one day. I really enjoyed my playthrough of this game, and if you like Pokemon and, well, taking pictures, then you should definitely check it out. And well, that's it for this week's Flashback Friday. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please hit that like button and maybe even subscribe. I'm Pokemon Trainer Corey, and I'll see you guys on the next Flashback Friday. Take it easy.